Welcome to Sitrep 17. We are back from our Chinese New Year holidays and there's already plenty of cool things going on. This episode will be walking you through air-intercept units and explain the basics and tactics. Later, we'll invite more members of the dev team to answer some of your questions. We'll reveal our new contributor of the month and we will fill you in on the latest from EndWar online community. But first, let's check in with the dev team what they've been up to recently. Let's go! So let's start with Jess, our writer. So Jess, tell us what you've been doing recently.
Well, hello. I have been, since Chinese New Year, we have been adding cinematics to the beginnings of each of the chapters.
That's cool.
I'm currently writing the scripts for those cinematics and helping work with the artists and such to get images and things for those cinematics.
Okay, that sounds great. Hi, Joseph.
Hi,
Joseph
Anna.
is one of our game designers. So tell us what you've been up to.
I've been rebalancing odd units. Right now I'm focusing on Air-intercept, turning the detection range and the preparation time. We also did lots on the visual side. I'm sure that player can see the improvements in the upcoming version.
Hi everybody, I'm gonna talk now about air-intercept units and how it's working. So the simplest for this is to go in game and watch real situations. So let's go. Okay, in this situation you can see my base on the left of the screen and you can see some enemy helicopters coming on the central path. The air-intercept unit has been designed with a real war issue in mind. It's airspace dominance. So what I'm gonna do now is air intercept them, the helicopters, and as you can see it's really quick. It's a real air barrage. So the goal of air intercept is to really curb the opponent's air unit capacity, and by this I mean all type of air units. So let's see that in another game situation. In this situation, the enemy has sent many drone units on the central pass, and I'm gonna send air intercept against them to protect my base. That time it's a tier 2 air intercept. I mean, it has EMP skill that will damage, that will deal damage over time. Okay, there we go. You can see here the drone are almost all taken down, and I need to deploy a AAV to finish them. It's gonna be a piece of cake. Okay. There we go. So airspace dominance is not only about blocking the progression of air units along their path, it's also about reacting very quickly to any flying threat. So let's check it out in game. Here in this situation I have units on the central path, ground units, and they're vulnerable to airstrike obviously. So I should be ready to counter it. Here it goes. The time window is really tight. I'm gonna intercept it. It's all about reacting before it drops the bomb. Okay, my air intercept's coming and intercepted right before dropping the bomb. If the interception is too late, then you're not gonna protect your ground units. Another use of air intercept is against air transport. It's a little bit more subtle this time because air transport will often resist the interception. So let's see how it works. In this situation, I'm sending a pretty strong assault with ground units on the central pass, and that's when my opponent is deciding to use air transport to fly over them and drop its units. Let's go for interception. There we go. You can see that a huge helicopter took damage, but it's not dead, and I'm just finishing him with my gunship as it dropped its unit. Important point is that knowing that the transported units will also take damage inside the air transport. Is this all about airspace dominance? What about air intercept versus air intercept? Okay, let's see that. Okay, here I have my gunship on their way on the central path, and okay, my opponent is going to intercept them. So action reaction, I counter it on its path. Is it early enough to protect my helicopters? Yes. Okay, that's cool. We have some kind of instant dogfighting EndWar. Last thing, choosing air intercept commander is basically taking a risk. What I mean is that it's a tactical choice that may not pay off every time. Why is this? Let's look at this situation. So here you can see that my opponent has obviously a huge majority of ground unit commanders in his deck. So my air-intercept is useless. I just wasted a slot. So my advice is to combine air-intercept commander with an airstrike commander. It mitigates the risk and guarantees you can always barrage both ground unit and air units. And there we go for the airstrike here. This is not the only possibility. It all depends on players' habit, and the more you'll play online, and the more you'll find the best combination that fits you.
You ask, we answer. Hi, Jack.
Hi Anna, hi guys.
So this time one of our players, 1 to 7, would like to know your answer for this. Will there be a way to switch factions or to make more than just one army?
Yes, absolutely. Switching faction is something we are very keen to do. It is in our production plan and it's definitely coming.
And this is definitely a good news. And for the next question, I will move over to the programmers team. And I am here with Tangechi, who is one of our most experienced programmers. Welcome.
Hi there.
So TEAMGAMERGHOS posted this on our forums, and we're hoping you could provide more detailed answers.
Yeah, sure, of course.
I've got a technical question. What is the programming language of EndWar Online, and what were the biggest challenges you encountered? I want to become a programmer, so that's why I ask.
Okay, sure thing. EndWar Online uses Flash 3D, which is a relatively new technology, and it's a part of Adobe Flash 11. There are many benefits, and we mainly chose it because its ability to create a realistic 3D world on any browser which supports Flash. Compared to the original Flash, we can reach render speed of about 1,000 times faster. It's really faster than before, and it's allowing us to create the detailed graphics, 3D graphics, and you can see it in EndWar Online. So actually, EndWar Online is still a Flash game, but it's not a typical one. It's a 3D game with high quality, and it's in your browser. We have made a lot of effort to optimize the engine and to add more advanced visual effects and to push the quality to maximum while keeping it also accessible to those with lower hardware setups. So our goal is to make a next-gen browser game.
That's great. So what was the biggest challenge?
I think the biggest challenge we met is when we start the EndWar Online, the project EndWar Online, and the Flash 3D technology was totally new on the market. And it's also totally new to us, and we need time to learn and master it. And we don't have the prior experience on developing Flash 3D games. And also there is no Flash 3D based engine on the market we can reuse. So we had to scratch and build our own engine and our own editors and the tools.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Thank you for your time, Tangechi.
You're welcome.
And now it's time to reveal our contributor of the month of March, Sujin. Who's the winner?
Well, it was a tough decision because we had plenty of great candidates. One player sent me in some great fan art, another sent me in a really detailed analysis of our game's PvE maps, but in the end, we're giving it to someone who has demonstrated his technical knowledge of the game and helped out tremendously through his bug reports and finding their solutions. Not just that, he won a key through the Bug Hunters program, but he decided to give it to another player. So he's helpful, he's knowledgeable, and he's a nice guy. Congratulations, Hyper Casey. We have a USB rocket launcher with your name on it, as well as a special forum badge, which will also be available to all previous contributors of the month.
Congratulations. And I also hear the guys at EndWar Online Lounge have been busy recently, haven't they?
Oh, they have, but thankfully Mars Flyboy is here to keep us up to speed with his new video series called the EndWar Lounge News. If you haven't seen it, you can check it out right here.
Thank you, Marcel Boy, and we are really looking forward to seeing more.
We are.
Thank you, Jean.
No problem.
Thank you for joining us for another EndWar Online Sitrep. We hope you liked it, and if you have any comments or questions, just leave us a message below. Be sure to look for next month's episode, where we'll provide a sneak peek of Alpha 0.5 and reveal some of the changes coming up. See you on the battlefield.